One. Hi, everyone. John Lorenzo here with Tutu Creative. We're here for another episode of our startup stories. Today, I am super excited to have our guest and client, Hala from VoIP Doctors. Hala, tell us about yourself.
Hi, John. It's great to be here. Thank you so much for having us. I am Hala Barson, and I did this crazy thing about 18 months ago. My partner and husband and I started a VoIP telecom company. We set out to help small businesses understand how to leverage technology a little bit better.
Oh, that's awesome. Hala, before we get started, why don't we tell everybody how to connect with you and VoIP Doctors?
Absolutely. Find us at voipdoctors.com. That's VoIP Doctors. You can find us at VoIP Doctors on all of the major social platforms, LinkedIn, Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook, or give us a buzz at 215-258-4670.
Awesome. And all of that information is going to be right in the caption below. So check out that and connect with Hala on all of her channels. All right, Hala. So tell us your startup story.
So, as I mentioned, Mike, also known as VoIP Dr. Mike, and I founded our company back in December of 2019. And we made the decision to go into business for ourselves after leaving our corporate careers. Both of us did that in 2018. And we were each doing freelance consulting and project-based work in our own industries. Mike has got 20 years of computer engineering, specifically in telecom experience that he was putting to use. And I was doing sales and business development and efficiency consulting to help businesses and sales folks improve their return on investment of time and money. And to systematize processes that most salespeople absolutely detest doing, like keeping records.
Oh, yeah,
so,
no fun.
No fun at all. I did not enjoy it as a business development professional either. So in December of 2019, after doing the freelance work and actually landing a really nice contract for Mike, we decided that it was time to give up this sort of the search that we'd sort of had like one foot in and one foot out for the next corporate role, and to commit fully to being self-employed. We saw the opportunity to take some time for him to build a customized platform, which allowed him to geek out in all of his favorite ways. And it allowed me to do some of what I do best on the strategy and actually like business building side, so that we could look at things like the customer experience and the user experience within that customer relationship. You know, how are the decision makers feeling about their choice to use us, and how are the end users, right? That business's employees, how's their experience going?
Yeah.
And we went from there. And as you know, 3 days before the state of New Jersey shut down because of COVID in March of 2020, we did our first social media announcement where we used the beautiful Tutu logo that you created for us and said, "Hello world, we are here. We're VoIP Doctors. We're here to help small to mid-sized businesses with their hosted telecom needs and consulting." And the world shut down. That was a wonderful and terrifying time to be a new business. But it was trial by fire in what turns out to have been the best possible way, because it forced us to focus on what was essential to growing our business, and to helping other businesses who had to look at how do their systems function, right? And how much does it cost? How does this fit into the budget?
Yeah.
So we were able to utilize technology that some businesses had already adopted, and that some had maybe resisted adopting because what they had kind of worked
Yeah,
pre-pandemic when everybody was on site.
sure.
Um, and so it allowed us to help businesses look at their efficiency in terms of cost and operations and keeping their employees safe while their customers were still able to get in touch with them.
Perfect. Well, there's never a good time to start a business, right? And at the time when you guys were planning this, you had no idea that there was a pandemic looming. So this question is kind of funny. What was that moment that tipped the scales for you guys that said, now is the time? Not knowing that there was a pandemic looming a couple days before your actual launch.
Yeah. So I think there were a few factors. One was that large contract that I mentioned that was pretty exciting, and I think that was what got us to give up the corporate job search that we'd been on, thinking that what we might do was build this business slowly as kind of a side hustle and then do that transition that we all think is like the smarter, safer, more
Yeah.
measured way to go into business for yourself, especially when it's two people um, being entirely dependent on what they can generate from the business in order to, pay the mortgage.
Yeah.
So that was part of it. The other part was having applied for, we'd both been applying for jobs that we thought that we wanted, but I think it was more a feeling of we should want this, we should seek the relative security that comes with a paycheck,
Yeah.
and convincing ourselves that like we could be passionate enough about what we were doing that it would be okay.
Yeah.
Once we were able to let go of that and to say, you know what, our personalities and our work styles are really good foils for one another. We balance each other very well, as you know.
Yeah. You guys are yin and
Uh,
yang.
totally. And the communication is good. But once we were able to say, you know what, we think that we have something pretty great here. And what if we took the leap? We could always go
Yep.
back to the job market. But what if we took the leap, switch the system to go live, keep working this contract, acquire new contracts, let's go.
That's awesome. Well, we're super glad that you did. And I am so happy and proud of the growth that you guys have made during a pandemic over this last year. I can't believe we were sitting in a coffee shop at a Panera, I think,
Yeah.
in around December of last year. And wow, what a transformation you guys have made. I'm super proud of you guys.
Thank you,
So
John.
I think I know the answer to this question, but here at Tutu, we like to say our superpower is the simple yet creative marketing solutions we provide for our clients. What is VoIP Doctor's superpower?
We are especially skilled at distilling what seems like complicated technology into solutions that are easy to understand, easy to implement, and have a low barrier to entry financially.
Yeah. Yeah, you guys definitely nail it on that one. You guys make technology so simple. I remember I was hesitant to switch over to a VoIP system because even though I'm on the younger side, I don't really embrace technology all that much. I love having the newest iPhone, but that's about as far and as advanced as my technology skills go. And switching over to a VoIP system with you guys, it was super simple. And more importantly, during the pandemic, we had protocols where if anybody just had like an inkling of a sickness, they had to work from home and not come into the office. And by having VoIP doctors, you guys were able to put soft phones, like an app, on all of our team's cell phones, and they were able to take calls at the comfort of their home and keep our office safe. So yeah, I definitely agree with that superpower. You guys were super helpful during our transition during this pandemic. So thank you.
Well, thank you, John. It's a wonderful gift to hear that kind of feedback. but it is the best kind of praise when someone who's been with you since sketching out logo possibilities on a napkin at Panera, when somebody who's seen you build from the very beginning chooses to hire, you chose to hire us to provide that solution for you and help you get it set up. And that's just an incredible vote of confidence. And we're so grateful.
I had all the
you.
confidence in the world in you guys. I knew you guys could do it. So Hala, really important question here. At 22, our why is to create a stronger small business community. To do that, we try to empower our clients with the marketing tools and knowledge to grow their businesses. What is the why behind VoIP Doctors?
So our why is, again, to use the word empower. It's to empower businesses to use technology in a creative way to keep their employees safe and productive in a rapidly changing commercial landscape, and to make sure that they are always in front of and accessible to their clients in a way that keeps clients happy, keeps them coming back, and keeps them promoting them to their spheres of influence.
Absolutely. That is a great why. You guys connect the most important piece, the service providers to the clients, and you are kind of helping businesses evolve with this ever-growing mobile landscape of employment. People want to be able to work from wherever, and if their phone systems don't allow that, well, that's going to be an uphill battle for a lot of businesses. So great why. Hala, to keep us on track, we're going to skip the next question, but thank you so much for joining us today. We started this show to not only share the startup stories of our clients, but to also help inspire others to take the plunge and embrace this opportunity to start their business today. But before we go, what is one piece of advice you'd give to someone thinking of starting their startup right now?
Yeah. Hard to limit it to one.
Yeah.
Be braver sooner, whatever that means to you. If it's taking the leap into full-time self-employment, do it. But do your research, ask lots of questions, be curious, be genuine about it, ask people who seem to be doing what you want to be doing with your life, ask them how they did it and what they wish they'd known at the beginning.
Right. We're never going to be ready, right? This is entrepreneurship. Being an entrepreneur, you're never going to be 100% ready. There is no school or degree that will ever prepare you for this. But you guys got to trust in your skills and just commit to being a better business owner every day, right? And be just a student to the game, basically.
Absolutely. And to be, very persistent about building a community of other entrepreneurs because they're your support system.
They are.
And you're part of their support system. Recognize the value that you might bring to that community as well.
Oh, it's huge. I remember, the friends that I made when I first started my business in the business community are still my friends today. They became my mentors. I was able to learn from their past experiences, and I wasn't afraid to ask questions. And I think that has helped me tremendously of just being brave enough to know when to ask for help and not to be proud to ask for help, because people ultimately or genuinely, they want to help, but they don't know how to help you if you don't ask.
You're exactly right, John. Willingness to ask is key.
Huge. Well, thank you so much, Hala. It was really fun talking to you today and learning more about VoIP Doctors and your startup stories. Thank you so much for joining us today, and hope to see you soon next week.
Thank you so much for having us, John. It was a pleasure to be here.
Awesome. Well, thank you guys. Tune in. This episode is dropping soon.